So, how's it going, guys? As you know, we've been covering the Nintendo Switch 2 on this channel for several weeks now. But I have a story for you, because believe it or not, I have two of them. That's right, not just one, I have two of them. And that is entirely because Target screwed me. So let's talk about it, because I got a little bit of a story. And honestly, the Switch 2 launch was actually very interesting. So let's get right into it. Hello and welcome. My name is Wolfy. You're watching Lesser Than Cake. And today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 launch and how I accidentally ended up with two of them. So the first Switch I got was actually through Target.com. I actually pre-ordered it on pre-order day, the Armageddon. There's actually a video about that. I actually will put it right up there. I could do that now. So I had a video out that was actually about the pre-order Armageddon, on how it was actually difficult, the Target site kept crashing. I got an actual expected delivery date of launch day from Target. I even paid extra to make sure that it would show up. And as the responsible adult I am, yeah, this is responsible, believe it or not. I don't know how. I put in PTO and I was like, I'm going to take the entire time to record all my videos. I'm going to post all my videos up. I'm going to have everything. I'm going to drive myself crazy doing it. And there was literally a gap in this channel's production entirely because of the fact that I could not do it all. Digressing. I did go ahead and take the time off and kind of like stressed myself out just so that I could be available for the Switch 2 to be delivered, unboxed, tested, and everything, all before the first Friday of the system being out. Night of. I'm checking. Switch 2 still hasn't been pulled out of my bank account. Target still isn't saying shipped. I'm like, what's going on here, Target? Transparency, please. I started to check Reddit. Everybody on Reddit saying the same thing. Same status, same everything. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? I was playing Metroid Prime Remastered because that was kind of my like waiting game, so to speak. And I ended up getting all the way to the last possible upgrade and the artifacts, which means I'm at the end of the game. My Let's Play was supposed to be like 1 or 2 episodes, and then it was going to be the actual Switch 2 footage. And then now it's going to be the last 2, maybe 3 episodes of Switch 2 footage. Not my fault. But the point is, I played that. I played it into like 3, 4 o'clock at night. Still no status for shipping. I left my work alarm on because I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I'm either one of the first ones at Target or Best Buy or wherever opens up to get a Pro Controller, charging grip, the whatever games I wanted. I actually wanted to pick up the 2 games that are physical and have no downloads whatsoever, which were Rune Factory and Cyberpunk 2077, and any accessories I could. I successfully was able to wake up in the morning. That, you know, don't take that for granted. That is actually very difficult to do. But I woke up in the morning and I quite literally got on Target.com, was able to add all of the accessories to my cart and do the order pickup. I then had to start the Majora's Mask style schedule for the day because I had to drive 3 different people to their actual work because I was now off. And so I had to pick up my stuff from the Target and then somehow get all my recordings done. So I was booked for the day and I went, did the first drop off and actually got my notification. I'm like, yes, Target had just opened. So I'm like, okay. The one thing that they didn't have was a Pro Controller. And I'm like, okay, I'll check GameStop, which is like close by, or Best Buy later when they finally open up. So bright and early, I get over to the Target, I get my order pickup, and I'm like, cool, got that, knocked that out. That had my charging grip, that had no case, didn't have any cases, but they had Cyberpunk 2077, and it had the micro SD card. I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go straight back to the electronics section. And I go all the way back there. And I actually find not only Switch 2s on the shelf, but both versions, and the Pro Controller that Target could not find. So I grabbed the Pro Controller, and I was like, you know what? I don't like that my order still hasn't shipped. I'll buy one of the ones here that are at sale. I'm waiting at the electronic counter, and there's somebody trying to scalp it. They're trying to buy like 20 of them. And you know what? Target's system, I will give it credit, said no, you cannot do that. And it blocked the full sale of that from happening, which was kind of crazy. There was a person behind it, also probably a scalper, because he was paying cash outright, and I think I had seen him ambush the card guy once before. So he also got blocked, and they were trying to figure it out, and it was taking way too long. There was exactly one Mario Kart World Switch in the case, and I was like, okay, do I wait and buy it now, or do I just get the Pro Controller and leave? Behind me walks in this lady with a little girl. The little girl was probably 6 or 7. And we strike up a little bit of a conversation. She's like, yeah, we really want to get a Switch 2, but, you know, they didn't want to navigate any of the pre-order stuff and anything like that. And I was like, which one do you want? And they're like, the Mario Kart World one. And I'm like, do I be the greedy person and get the one Mario Kart World one that I see here ahead of this mother and child? Or do I be patient and trust that Target's not lying to me? I check my app, it still says, gotta be delivered today. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to be the bigger person in this room. I already have one secured. I'm going to get it. These guys over here who are trying to scalp, there was probably more supply after that whole thing got resolved because they, you know, had to put whatever these guys were scalping back. But the fact of the matter is, the way everything stood, I could have just bought the controller and left, or actually snag the system. And I decided to actually grab the controller and leave. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be greedy about this. I'm just going to do what I can. I will wait. Target is still saying it's going to be delivered on time, so I'm going to try to do it. I get the Pro Controller home. I get everything home, and I'm still waiting and waiting and waiting. I get breakfast. I kind of just chill out, you know. And then it hits 12 o'clock. My next person that I have to drive is in about an hour. And I'm like, it still hasn't shipped. There is no way this is going to ship and get delivered today. And I'm checking Reddit, and people are saying, yeah, my thing's getting pushed back to the 11th, the 12th, the 13th. I'm like, well, now that's gonna be a problem. So I decided in that exact moment that I was going to leave the house and we were going to go to Best Buy, which had actually only opened about an hour before. I get there. There's a guy standing there with the thing. He's got the Nintendo Switch sign. He's just like, everybody stand here. There's literally nobody there. There's another guy with a kid, and some younger guy hanging out over there. And I'm like, okay, cool. Can I put my name on the thing? We walk back there. We're waiting. And then an employee comes up and is like, hey, what are you guys waiting over here for? We're like, the Nintendo Switch 2? And she's like, no, we got plenty of those. Come up to the counter. I'll take care of you guys. So we go straight up to the counter. I ask for my copy of Mario Kart World Switch, the Switch 2 at Mario Kart World. And they just go, boop, here you go. And I'm just like, oh, Switch 2 obtained. So I also asked if they had a carrying case, and they conveniently did. It was a third-party one. Kind of don't care if it's first party or third party. I just cared that I have a case for the Switch 2. So I bring my Switch 2 home. I get my lights set up. I get my camera ready. And I get through the unboxing of just that before I have to drive the next person. Majora's Mask style, you know? You stick to your schedule, your bomber book, right? So I come back and I fumble through so much recording issues. There were recording issues everywhere. I had one mic that I accidentally left unplugged for 2 recordings. I had one mic that I didn't turn on for 4 recordings, but I'm a little bit crazy. So every camera I have on, I have 3 cameras that I run in my daily setup. The last one also had a mic. And so fortunately, I was able to salvage all of the footage. This is 3 hours of recording. I'm exhausted. I want to just play my Switch 2, but it's just, it was a long day. It was a long day, and then finding out that half the footage was unusable was just half the audio was unusable. It was bad. But Target still never shipped. We're like 9, 10 o'clock, and it's still saying it's going to be here today. I'm like, someone's lying. And I think it's Target. Now, I go ahead. I put in my cancellation literally the second I picked up the one from Best Buy. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm canceling my order, my pre-order. There's no reason for me to get a second one. And I literally have exactly what I want in hand. It's unboxed at this point. Like, it just, yeah, it was so frustrating. But then, the next day, around 3 o'clock-ish, I get a notification. Your order from Target has shipped. And I'm like, what order? What order from Target has shipped? And I look. There's my Nintendo Switch 2. And you know what its ETA is? Its ETA was Sunday. The end of the weekend that I took PTO off to go and play the Switch 2. Literally being the absolute end of it. Meaning it blew past its expedited shipping date. And it was just like, what? What are you doing, Target? Like, how could you fumble this so badly? Now, here's some things that Target did right. I didn't ask for it, but they refunded me the expedited shipping without me asking. Now, the funny thing is, the Switch 2 actually got delivered without Target charging me. And so I was like, are they going to? I still have the money in the account, but are they going to charge me for this? Don't know. Eventually they did. I had 3 options here. I could return it, get the money back. 2, I could sell it to a close friend or relative who wants one, who wasn't able to get one. Or the 3rd option, I give it to my significant other. And I weighed it heavily. I was like, can I really afford 2 of these? Like, can I do it? And I looked at it, I was like, it might be a little bit tight. But I had done such a good job saving since the thing was announced by not playing gacha games. That is, by the way, a whole nother story, but by not playing gacha games, I saved that much money. And so I was like, you know what? There's one thing that I hate about knowing how retail works. If I brought it back to Target, they would either destroy it, they would open up the box and it would end up in the hands of a scalper, or they would send it back to an e-refurbisher for no reason. It's literally a brand new console. So, didn't like that option. Reselling it was a reasonable option, but at that point, I'm like, you know what? My SO has not had a console, like a recent console, in a very long time. I built their gaming PC, and they play it. They're really the kind of being who likes to chill out in the bedroom and just play something on either their phone or on a handheld. And so I was like, you know what? This would be good. So I decided to give it to them. And honestly, that was the best move because I have seen them play their Switch 2 more than I've seen them on their phone in the middle of the night. They've been playing Mario Wonder, Mario Kart World, because I have 2 copies of it now. And they've been playing through Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild without the upgrade, actually. But it still runs better. So either way, they've been playing through these games, and it's been really, really entertaining to actually have them, use the console as much as they have been. And they've been using it mostly in handheld. So they're going to be a great resource where when I actually do a full review for this thing, we can get their perspective as well. So multiple perspectives. Yeah, but that is how I ended up with 2 Nintendo Switch 2s in my possession. And honestly, I kind of don't regret it. It's a solid little handheld. It's got a lot of solid performance. And despite all the craziness that happened during launch and everything that has proceeded since, honestly, I love it. It's great. And once we got past those pain points, I have had no problems. But that is where this story ends. Let me know down in the comments, how was your launch day? Like, did you have a similar experience? Did you go to GameStop where they were stapling through the screen? I do want to know. And if they did do something like that, how did that get fixed? I really want to hear about that. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Wolfy, out.